What is up, guys? So, as you can tell of the title of the video, I'm pretty much showing off my active indium farms or extractors, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so this one is a C class. I had it like since I felt like I should have, start making a mineral farm. So I pretty much started kind of small and tried to figure out how everything works when I was first doing it. Well, then I realized that now that I have a lot of knowledge on how it works when I first started doing it, I wasn't getting the maximum density and the maximum output of my mineral farm, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, I'm gonna show you real quick. My controller. Sorry, guys. This is my C class mineral farm. You guys are probably thinking this is excessive. Why do you need so much of this stuff? And I am continuing adding depots to this. I have gotten to the maximum range that I want for the extractors, from the maximum density from all maximum density into center to pretty much all sides around it. A lot of extractors, a lot of depots. So y'all probably wondering why I have so much, and a lot of people that are let's see, pros at farming materials like this. I had a friend that I just met, a PSN friend that I met, that I was streaming Twitch drops for No Man's Sky on Twitch. Dude joined. He was pretty cool. I was like, you know what, I'll just add him. He's another, No Man's Sky player, part of the community, and I like to expand my horizons with No Man's Sky community. So I wanted to, whatever, fine, I'll add him, added him. He's pretty cool. I like him. And so we pretty much became friends. We ended up playing together a lot. Then I ended up having problems with my other farm. I found an S-class deposit with a C-class power supply. Now, I couldn't, for some reason, take the power from, the power hotspot to my deposit for the mineral extractors and stuff like that. It wouldn't work. Now, his friend, pretty much, his friend pretty much, there's a lot of friends. Anyways, he invited me to Survival Bob's channel. He's also a YouTuber that does No Man's Sky as well. So I joined the server, joined the chat, asked him if he could help me. He pretty much built my second active indium farm. Now, he built it. It's pretty cool how he built it. I'm gonna show you guys pretty much later after this. He built it pretty nice, and he showed me a little tips on, making it look fancy for the power supply. Making it, you don't need to have it on the ground to have the extractors running. You can put like any timber flooring and stuff like that on the ground, and you know, able to separate them evenly without having a cluster, massive cluster that's all bunched together like I have this one. Anyways, so he's done that. He makes this one, and he said it does like, I think it was like 26,000 for storage, and does like, you know, that in 7 hours or so. I'm like, well, that's not much time, because I'm always working and I don't get on the game, you know, like instantly when I go home. I usually want to relax and eat. Anyways, I told him, you know what, that's fine, and I'll add parts to it later. Okay, so then the next day, pretty much, I tried adding parts to it. It does not work. I gave the dude permissions to build, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I tried adding parts, I tried adding storage to one side, I tried adding more extractors. Nothing was working. It wasn't even popping up for the storage that I connected. It didn't even raise any higher. And the thing is that when I look on one side of the thing, its storage is 16,000. Now I add a storage depot and supply pipe to the storage that has a 16,000, and try to make it better, you know, bigger storage. It doesn't work. I don't know what's going on with that. I think it's a bug that's been lasting for God knows how long, because this has lasted when we started having these mineral extractors, gas extractors, all this stuff, and I wasn't able to build anything or connect any power supply if I was on the game for a certain amount of time, which is weird. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this, guys, is because this C Class 1 that I have it as it's now took me stages to build because of that same reason. I have no clue why it's doing this. For a certain amount of time I'm on the game, I can't add anything to the extractors, to the depots, or anything. So I thought it was a problem with the S-Class deposit for the active indium. I was like, oh, well, you know, it's probably, you know, this one. It's like, you know, whatever. It's probably a little glitch and it's messing up, and my, you know, I've been on the game for about, you know, a couple hours and stuff like that, because I was pretty much getting ready for work and stuff like that, and I was hanging out with them. Anyways, so I'm like, you know, I guess I can't add stuff. So I come over here to my active indium C Class 1, and you know, I just wanted to you know, extend the storage a bit, because I was doing 96,000 storage, and it takes 24 hours to fully, you know, store all the active indium. I was like, okay, maybe I need, you know, I want a little bit more, because, you know, 24 hours, I might forget to take the stuff out. I tend to forget. I'll tell you later about that story too as well after this. Anyways, so I tried adding a storage, you know, I'm like, wait a minute. You know, I'll be smart about it and not put down tons of storages and find out that, you know, nothing's working. Well, I'll put down one storage, put down one pipe supply line to, you know, this from the new one to the other depots. It's not working as well. So then I'm sitting here like, well, great, I can't add anything to my current one and extend it so I can at least do something to my, you know, the first one I made. So I was pretty pissed off, and I was sitting here, I have no clue why this game's doing this. I don't know if it's my save, I don't know if it's a bug, but I cannot build things after a certain time. It is weird and it's annoying. I can't even connect any, you know, electrical hotspots to any other like mining depot, you know, mining deposits like this one. It doesn't connect. After I connect the last thing to it, it just says the extractor still says it's underpowered, blah blah blah, and the electrical line that I connected to is red. I have no clue what is going on. It's annoying, and there's a lot of people that the friend that I met that was his friend that helped me build the S-Class one said that I have to be a certain use, which is the distance. You know how it says 29U from this thing right here, my base computer. They said it has to be under 300. So, well, I'm okay. I'm like, okay, well, I go to my base computer on this one. Look over here. I have it pretty much color coded, named active indium, indium power C, which is for this. Well, it's 350. They said it has to be, he said it has to be under 300. Well, I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, well, if it has to be under 300, then why is this base computer 350 U's away from that, and I'm getting power over here just fine? And I'm straight confused, because I'm trying to set up myself the first time, the S-Class active indium myself, and the power supply is about 370, a little bit further than this one. So I'm sitting here like, well, how is that possible? Well, then we end up exchanging friend codes, blah blah blah. He's on PC, and we end up exchanging friend codes. He ends up joining my game, blah blah blah, and he checks it out. And I had a lot of extractors, just this, pretty much a little bit more than this one has, just a little bit more. And I'm sitting here, well, he's all like telling me, he's like, you have enough extractors, blah blah blah. It's like, then I would tell him the story. Well, I'm trying to get the maximum output as possible, and he's like, well, you don't really need that, it's a little too much. I'm like, I didn't tell him the full story on how, like, well, I'm sitting here, building a major supply and storage, so when I forget about collecting it, I can collect it any time. Well, there's also a second story about this too. I'm not just building these mineral farms just to sit here and build them for hours and hours and just doing that. I'm also doing other projects, and I'll show you. All my bases here, except for this purple pink one, is my settlement. Anyways, all these bases here are projects, build projects, massive build projects. I have a lot of these. Now, I just recently got like this void farm egg. This helps. Apparently, I don't know the whole process. I forgot about it. The friend I met, he said that you can farm technology for your living ship. Now there's a radon farm that I found that is for the stasis device that I did a lot of farms. Anyways, so inactive indium and this whatever this galaxy is, I just did an ACUID and named it, named the base like that, but underneath is the actual name for the galaxy. He's all like, I found another galaxy that he let me put a base computer down, so I'm gonna be doing a lot of projects in that galaxy as well. So all these ones, except for the farms, are massive base builds that I'm doing. I'm not just doing these, you know, mineral extractor farms all the time. I got a lot of other stuff, like I keep saying. Now, that's also the reason why that my storage is massive. Now, obviously you guys can see this. I want to collect this real quick. So, 32 hours and 45 minutes for filling up 142,750. Now, of course, you guys will be like, well, that's excessive. Like I said, I'm over here with my base computer and my other bases that I'm doing massive builds that takes days. And I'm still not even finished to my satisfaction. With how much storage that I can hold in this, I can sit here for a day and a half and be like, well, I don't have to worry about this storage filling up. I can go and build my massive project for a day, you know, when I have time. Not day, you know, the whole day, but when I have time, like 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours plus, and I'm doing that, and then go to work, blah blah blah. I have the storage to where it takes a day or 2 days to fill up, so I can come in second day pretty much mid, and come down and collect it, put it in my starship, and just wait to sell it. But the thing is with this, I can probably add more storage, which I'm gonna add more storage here. We're gonna see if this actually works and see if I actually have. So let me bring my hauler. It has all my metal plating, tons of metal plating. I mean, not really tons, but it's got. Oh, I was already on it. It's got this much. It's not much. It's not a lot for other stores. Why are you? Go away. Stop scanning me. I'm trying to talk to my YouTube friends. Anyways, so I did put down some storages. Anyways, so we're gonna put down a storage. Not like that. My controller left thumbstick is not. I think the what you call it, the rubber band on it's going out, and it's not staying stiff, and it's just moving over and locking in one place. See, it's this. I'll do this. This is better. Anyway, so I'll add the storages, and it'd be like about 9-10 of them, blah blah blah, and the storage will go up. Well, let's see if I can actually do this and the storages won't be like, oh, you know, not working at all. Let's see if it does that or not, see how long, because I've been on it, then, you know, for at least a couple hours before I started this video, but I just want to show you guys. See, I'm just gonna do a big one here. Sorry, I gotta stop talking and concentrate a little bit. I don't know why. Okay, now that's the final one. So let's see. It is working, so I won't be able to show you guys. Anyways, I just bumped it up. So pretty much 37 hours. Okay, a little, you know, 37 hours to fill up that much. Let's see how many minutes. No, it's only 11, so it's not much. 37 hours to fill this up. 152,000. So I'm sitting here like, well, you know, 38 hours, that's pretty good. All right. So but the production rate was only 2,500. I pretty much almost doubled it. So I'm doing 4,102. That's because I have the knowledge of to, you know, put the extractors at the maximum density that I can, then put the storages somewhere else so they're not in the way of all of this, and I can get the maximum output of this. This is a C class, and I'm doing 4,000 per hour. 4,102 per hour. That is damn good for a C class, the lowest class of mineral deposit on No Man's Sky. That is pretty damn good. So I'm sitting here with, you know, pretty much banked. That's only like 100 and I think almost 60 million units. Now here's the thing. I want to show you my other base here, but I want to tell you a little thing about where to sell the minerals, you know, the minerals that you're going to be getting from, you know, from this farm. So I'm like, okay, sorry, I just lost train of thought. Anyways, so I'm all like, I went searched it up. I'm like, okay, where should I sell the actividium? And I'm all reading this. I had a suggestion for subreddit and stuff like that, and so, you know, Reddit is pretty good on this type of stuff. So, you know, I looked at it. The person had a question, another person answered. You pretty much have, you know, pretty much sell it in a trading economy. Well, I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So I go around for about 10 minutes trying to find a trade economy system. So I'm like trying to find it, then like, well, let me check the other ones, you know, like the engineering one, the high supply, high voltage, you know, all those other ones that have a billion different, you know, economies that are a lot. You know, there's a lot there. There's like probably over 10 plus, I think, types of economies. Anyways, so I go to each one, and their demand's about -7%. That's roughly fairly good. That's about 160 million units for 181,000 actividium that I actually have on me. Well, now I have a little bit more. I probably have 187 probably, because I think I just took out 5,000 or something like that. Anyways, so I'm like, oh, well, you know, this ain't the price that I want. You know, I want a little bit more. I want like almost kind of 500 million, kind of, but I got almost a quarter billion, 200, close to 250. I'm like, that's kind of good. That's kind of good. You know, I'm a little bit needy because I spent over 1 billion units almost on Luna, one of my starships, whatever it is, my exotic starships, for inventory slots. I'm gonna be keeping her. She's gonna be just, you know, for carrying stuff and stuff like that. And I wanted to expand her. I still gotta expand the technology. It's gonna cost me 80 million units for each one now, and I got 1.2 billion units. I was rich as a mofo. There was a glitch for units and tons of nanites. I had 70,000 nanites until they came out with an update to where you can upgrade your ships. 10,000 nanites to upgrade each class. Now it's more expensive. Anywho, and to able to upgrade your ship's slots inventory, it was not that expensive. Now it is. it changed. Now I'm kind of worried. So I hold off on upgrading anything on my ship. I didn't want to, you know, spin everything on one ship or use all my nanites or use all my units, because, you know, there's more updates coming. So, you know, I decided to be smart. Anyways, so I'm like sitting here, then they came out with this active indium farms and stuff like that. I was pretty happy. Well, then I started a small farm, blah blah blah. Anyways, therefore, here's my S-class farm. This dude did an amazing job. I like how it connected, but I show you what I mean about one side has 16,000 storage and one side, I didn't tell you, has 5,000 storage, which is kind of stupid. I don't know why it's like that. Anyways, this one is doing 2,157 an hour. It fills up less than 8 hours, 30 minutes less for 16 storage. So I'm all sitting here, well, you know, this side has that. I want to increase it. I go replace the depot. Well, hold on. Yeah, see what I mean? My thumbstick's going out. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, go down, place the depot. If I can. I don't like playing with this controller. Sorry guys, I know I'm complaining. So, I connect the supply. Go to check it. Storage empty. Oh, it's actually gonna work for me. So the game's just gonna completely lie in my face. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so this is what happens. It says storage capacity full. Pretty much capacity reached, blah blah blah. Silo status, you know, it has all this stuff. So I'm all thinking, well, the supply line's connected, it's snapped perfectly. Then I go over here, or each one of them, it's still 16,200. I'm sitting here 250. So I'm sitting here, well, why the hell, why is it not working? I don't know what happened, but this dude separated this. So look at this. This is running 5,000. So 5,000 storage. Put it there. It's doing 3,715 per hour with 5,000 storage. That fills up in less than an hour. I'm sitting here, well, you know, what the hell? That's kind of stupid. Why is it not connecting the storage to the other ones? Because watch this. So, these are all connected. You can see that. That's all connected. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry for it waving like that. So I'm all sitting here. That's connected to over here, which is connected over here, which that is connected over here. And it continues. See, crisscross all the way through the storage. So I'm sitting here, so if this is 16,250, why is these extractors saying it holds 5,000 and not connecting to 16,000, which it could add probably to 22,000 storage in total and run about 5,000 per hour. I'm a little bit confused on why it's doing that. So I sit here, take my pipe supply line, and I see how there's only one connection over here. So if I take this and connect it to that, I can't take one and connect it over there because it's already been used, which is weird. So I'll show you here. There's already one been used. So take this, put it over there. Oh, now it's just gonna lie to me. Take this one, put it over there. Take this one, hopefully put it right there. Take that. That one's already connected. So I look at it again, still 5,000. Now I'm confused. That's connected, that's connected, that's connected to this, which everything else is connected. All these depots are connected, blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting here, this is still 16,250. So I'm sitting here, I'm really confused. I'm really confused. This is what happens. The density is at 79%. That's hella good. That's really, really good out of 100 so far. And he put it all down. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, well, maybe, you know what, whatever. I'll add an extractor because it adds a little storage. Okay, well, you know, that's fine and dandy. Take the extractor, take the supply line, connect it to the, you know, the other. Now, apparently allowing 3 connections, like a storage depot, when it only does one connection. Connect that to that. Now there's no power. I'm a little confused. I have the power connected and everything, but this thing is not running. And I told the dudes, you know, well, I'll add a little bit more later on, you know, and I said I was going to add a little bit more. Well, you know, I'm sitting here getting frustrated trying to add more. I don't know what this dude did. I don't know what this dude did, but he made it to where I think he's the only person that could add more storage and more extractors. And there's no limitation onto... Oh, I can't. Sorry, I'm trying to delete this stuff. There's no limitations for that person to add stuff and add connections, blah, blah, blah. So, I'm sitting here, well, you know, that's kind of retarded. I can't add anything to these storages. I gotta sit here and collect this every 1 hour. And over here, I gotta collect this thing every 7 hours, which I'm either sleeping, at work, or, you know, just got off work and relaxing, and I'm not just gonna automatically get on, and I just want at least like 10 hours, 12 hours, if I can. But I can't do anything, which is weird. Now, when I go over here, ignore all these wires, this is my attempt to try to make my own part of it. I don't want to mess it up, actually. So, how all these lines are connected, they're pretty much connected row by row, except for this side. Pretty much row by row, and all connected together to do the power supply. Well, you know, I can do that same thing just fine and connect them all together. This is all in one line, pretty much. Yeah, it's all in one line. Look at it. You go down here pretty much to the start. Oh, he's got it in boxes. Kind of like rectangles. Yeah, he's got it in boxes. So each one's in a kind of like a rectangular box. But this whole side is all connected together, powering everything, you know, all at once. I can't add anything. I can't add storage. I can't do anything. It won't even let me. So when I went over to my C class, you know, and I thought this was just its own problem, then go over here, try to add storage, you know, because it's at 96 and I just want a bigger storage, you know, see how much I can get, you know, for how many hours. I go over there and try to do it. The glitch ends up coming with me, the bug, whatever it's called, coming with me over there, and I can't add anything. Well, you know, I said, you know, whatever, I'm just gonna get off. You know, I'm pretty frustrated at this point. I just want to just sleep and, you know, rest of the day. So I come in, log in pretty much when I wake up, and you know, a few hours before I have to work, and go in, add a storage, and it works. And this is why I'm doing kind of half the video on complaining why my stuff is like that. And I hope you guys can report this. If not, then tell me how to report this so I can somehow get it fixed. Like, I can't do anything to that S-Class one without that dude coming back to help me. Is that the power? No, that's my actual farm. So I'm sitting here, well, you know, this is really, really, really retarded. I'm pissed off. I just want to add stuff to it on my own. I don't need someone, you know, pretty much holding my hand to build this farm for me and, you know, doing this. So I'm like, retarded. Well, you know, I go over here, put down a mineral extractor, put down a supply line, check the supply line, 150,000, 400, okay, so 4,000, no power, we'll connect it, hopefully, if my controller lets me. Okay, it's working. So I'm doing 110 now, not 102, which increases. It's only 27 per hour. The density is only 14% because I got it to that point where all the extractors are. So just adding one more extractor just adds to it. It doesn't matter. I was showing you guys. So how I did the power, you're probably all wondering. I got invisible cable so you won't be able to see it. I got batteries here, pretty much doing all that stuff. Why is my mind's doing crazy? They're doing da-da-da-da-da-da. They usually do, but anyways. So I got power lines, you know, pretty much for this. I got batteries for checkpoints pretty much for me. That's what I use. Pretty much checkpoints. Where's the battery? Actually, first of all, let's find my C-class power. Where the hell are my batteries? Hold up. Hold up. I should be able to see the line. Oh, there it is. So I'm all like here. It's through here. Okay, so I'm all like, well, you know, connect the power, blah, blah, blah. Here's my other battery over here, somewhere in these rocks. Wow. Okay, so it looks like I just put it on the ground. Thought I had a battery over here. Well, oh, this is my first attempt, so I didn't know how to do it. So anyways, I have batteries pretty much at the end. I put it on the ground. I'm like, oh, I can put it on the ground too, blah, blah, blah. Now you're all thinking, well, this is an excessive amount of power. Yeah, it was excessive. 5,000 output. I'm using 4,600. I'm like, well, wonderful. I want to add more. So but I use this as a checkpoint too, pretty much to take that and connect it to the ground on blah 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 and do the same old thing. End up connecting to over there. So I have batteries as checkpoints. Well, you know, I have batteries for the other one for checkpoints. Get to the last battery, take the wire, connect it to the extractors, and nothing happens. The red line, blah blah blah. I'm pretty pissed off. Well, dude says, you got too many extractors. I'm all sitting here, well, if I have too many extractors, then what's this? This is my C class. I have like 75% as much extractors that I had for the S class. I had a bit more. I had like almost 100, I think. This is probably like 50. Probably a little bit more. I don't know. It's a bit big. Anyways, so pretty much connected extractors, blah blah blah. He's like, you got too much extractors there. And so I end up pretty much trashing the whole thing. Had enough storage to trash the whole thing. So he puts down 25 extractors, get the power going instantly. Works. I'm like, I thought the problem was, oh, too many extractors, blah blah blah. This is after he vamped this one. I wanted another one, you know, I wanted to find another one. I didn't care if it was a C class, B class, A class, or S class, deposit, or power, you know, whatever. I just wanted another one. So I wanted to do the same thing with this to another one. So I'm like, well, let's go find another one, blah blah. I can't build shit. I can't do anything. I can't connect power, can't do the power. I can connect storages. Storages are fine. The pipeline supply is fine. Everything's fine, but the power to the extractors, yeah, that's a no-go. So I'm to the point where I'm thinking it's a bug, but I think it's a bug on my save or something, or my end or whatever, but anybody else can get, you know, build the storages, build the extractors, and get the extractors going, blah blah blah, with no problem. It's probably a long video, guys, I'm sorry, but yeah, so pretty much it. I took a lot of the extractors to the point where it was almost one, and I was still able to connect the power. I even took off the power from right here. I went like here, got rid of the line, cause you know all this was going, and I was sitting here. It's making the screen shake and stuff like that. I'm like, well, it's annoying. Get rid of it. I got rid of it, and I pretty much had a debate in my mind. Well, if it's not running, I'm not getting anything from it while I'm doing, revamping the whole thing for 3 hours long. It took me 3 hours. Just alone, just start it took me probably even longer, because I didn't know what I was doing. I was starting it new, and it took me even longer. Anyways, so I'm sitting here, well, I'll take, it's like, well, if they're not going, they're not making anything. So, you know what, whatever. I put the thing back on, put the power back together, and it connects. No red line, no nothing. No, nothing like that. It just automatically turns the extractors on and starts working. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. Then, when I have the problem over there, trying to, get these guys going with the S-Class Actividium over there, and it's way much better than this, and the output could be skyrocketed out of the world. I mean, I could probably produce almost close to 10,000 per hour. This one is the lowest class, and it's doing 4,000, almost half 10,000. So I thought it'd be a good idea, and I'm like, oh, well, I finally found an S class. That's rare. I was pretty happy about it, but nothing's working for me. Nothing's working for me. So if you guys can somehow report this, like the bug or whatever, and see if you know, something wrong. If it's my save, then I'm screwed. I'm not gonna sit here and get rid of a save that I spent over 300 hours on, and just to get rid of one bug. I really just want, you know, Sean Murray and his team to fix this so I can, you know, add stuff, not have a problem. If there is a range limit, guys, please let me know for the wires. I heard it was 200, but these things go, you know, these things power up past 200, which is weird, but I don't know. I don't know. Just let me know, guys. Anyways, I don't even know if this thing's recording. I'm probably just talking to myself. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.